Kia ora, good evening. Following the 2010 local body elections, councillors and staff went on a retreat to Te Anau. There's likely to be another this time round, but it's expected to be held in the city. There will be at least 3 new city councillors around the city's council table after the votes are counted on the 12th of this month. And like any new job, there will be an orientation process. Following last election, councillors were criticised over the expense of a weekend retreat to Te Anau. Council Chief Executive Richard King says there will be a retreat again this year, but it's likely to be held here in Invercargill. Mr King says new councillors can expect the orientation to begin at the very first council meeting following the election.
They get flooded with information right at the start at the inaugural meeting on all the do's and don'ts, including the relevant legislation. We're planning to have a retreat in late January, like we did last year, probably be in Invercargill this time, and that'll be maybe a weekend set aside for going through some of the priorities, because everybody will have their ideas on what we should be achieving over the next 3 years, and that normally is the starting point.
Grey Power Southland President and former City Councillor Jeff Pearcey is enthusiastic about the calibre of candidates that spoke at Grey Power's recent Meet the Candidates meeting. Mr Pearcey was particularly impressed by the younger candidates and their concepts for the future of the city.
I was interested in a lot of the young people. I thought that one or two of them I can't mention because the Grey Power doesn't really supposed to support
endorse candidates.
Yeah. Yes, endorse candidates, but some of them really appealed to me. And they had some vibrant ideas. There was actually pretty total opposition from a lot of them about this inner city upgrade, which I've got some feeling on because I chaired the inner city steering committee last time, a decade ago, when we did it. And the feeling is, as I agree with them, that the council should have waited until the new council was elected before they went down that track, because we still owe $3 million on the last upgrade, and I can see they could build on what we did before, but I think there's total rethink of the city before we even know the status of some of the buildings around us here in an earthquake. I mean, half the city may have disappeared by then.
Grey Power members vote in large numbers, of course. Do you think that will be an issue that they identify with, the inner city? It's narrowing of the streets and that sort of thing.
I think the rates cost worry people. What this thing is going to cost, and really, you've often got to sit down when you look at a project and say, well, why are we doing it? The city looks, to me, on this lovely day, this city looks beautiful. Columns there, half them will go. For why? You know, I had no difficulty crossing the street this morning.
It's not a safety issue for you?
No, not as far as I can see.
The landscape at Bupa's Ascot Retirement Village on Racecourse Road is evolving, with stage 3 of the village build now underway. An additional 20 villas are being currently built, adding to the existing 42, and should be completed by mid-December. Also being developed, a new community centre which will house a library, hairdresser, swimming pool, man cave and a large communal area. The new care home set on site will provide 24 dementia and 80 hospital rest home beds and is set to open in November. Manager Kathy Rees says the village residents are enjoying watching the daily building activity, with all works expected to be finished early next year. South Alive is preparing for a busy summer season with much on the go, including an upgrade of the Martin Street area. The organisation's been surveying South Invercargill residents about South Alive's activities and the outcomes so far. Hunter Andrews spoke to Jeanette Malcolm and Colin Anderson.
We asked them if they've heard of South Alive, and in the first year we did it 2 or 3 months after we'd been formed, and 48% then had heard of South Alive. More recently that had gone up to 59%. But the really great result, increases in results, were the number of people that thought we were making a big amount of difference to South Invercargill, and that had gone up to 63% of people saying that we were making a big difference. That's an increase of 85% over in that 1 year period. And then the other pleasing results were when we asked people the question whether they agree with the statement, I feel a sense of pride in the way South Invercargill looks and feels. You know, do you strongly agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree? In that first year, only 35% of the people we asked said they had any sense of pride in how South Invercargill looked and felt, and that had changed to 57% saying that they had that sense of pride, and so that represents an increase of 65%. So that's really what it's about, isn't it? It's not whether they know about South Alive or not, even necessarily what they think of us. It's how they feel about, you know, we're living in and how South Invercargill looks.
The Martin Street area is an area that we want to work on to make it more attractive for people and to use the area. We recognise the fact that in Invercargill our weather's never 100% bright and sunny as it is today, so we need to have access to the shops, plenty of parking, and yet make the area attractive to linger in rather than just hop out of your car, dash into the shop and dash out again. So we're looking to make it a more attractive area that people will stay a little bit longer in.
And as far as all hands on deck, are you still getting that great volunteer workers coming along?
We've got a good steady stream of volunteers. We're getting people volunteering all the time and people using their skills and expertise. We've had people that have helped with building side of things, with doing the grounds, with planting, with the fruit and nuts group. And so a range of skills that have come on board. We'll always welcome more, and it's great to see.
Stay with us after the break. An American singing quartet that'll make you smile. Welcome back. Invercargill is playing host to 300 male singers this weekend as the first ever National Barbershop Convention gets underway. Special guest stars Lunch Break from Nashville, Tennessee are one of 2 guest quartets performing and say forming the foursome seemed like a sound idea.
And on this farm he had a dyslexic cat. E-I-E-I-O, with an almy here and an almy there, here an almy there, an almy everywhere, an almy old MacDonald had a deformed farm. E-I-E-I-O.
We didn't know it would last 6 years, let alone 6 weeks. We thought we would just get together for this one particular contest we were preparing for and then say, that was fun, we'll see you later. Because we were all in other groups at the time. But we decided, hey, let's stick this thing out because it's too much fun not to.
For those new to barbershop, a quick explanation.
Acapella in general is such a broad range. I think if someone was to come to this convention not knowing what the specifics of barbershop harmony was, I think they'd be very pleasantly surprised to hear the difference between general acapella and 4-part close harmony, because it's really unique in the acapella world. So you're going to get to hear a lot of chord ringing, a lot of overtones and sevenths, things that make barbershop special in the acapella world. So it's a really great thing.
And that really great thing has been developed into a unique performance of harmonious comedy.
Old MacDonald had a deformed farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a lisping snake, E-I-E-I-O. With a hiss here and a hiss there, here a hiss, there a hiss, everywhere a hiss. Old MacDonald had a deformed farm, E-I-E-I-O.
We wanted to make fun of something that was happening over and over and over again at one of the conventions we saw. We said, hey, let's get together and make this more fun than it is. And since then, that's 2007, it's been comedy-based.
And when it comes to creating new material, they all pitch in.
We have a lot of people that we reach out to as well that give us their input and help us come up with lyrics and parodies and things like that. So the process of doing that is really the most fun part about being in the quartet.
Old MacDonald had a deformed farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a narcoleptic pig, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here, there.
Generally speaking, there's harmony when they're not singing too.
Well, I think the great thing about us is we are brothers in every sense of the word. We're best friends and we love each other's families. And along with that comes, the ability to bicker and work through issues. And we spend a lot of time together. So as you would guess, that comes with a lot of little scraps here and there. But in the end, we all love each other and we're able to work out. So we get along very well.
The fact that we all flew separate flights to New Zealand has no bearing on that answer.
They all agree the group's success has come as a surprise.
I don't think we ever anticipated that it would give us a chance to see places around the world. We've been to Finland and we were in the UK earlier this year and now here in New Zealand. So it's really been a tremendous blessing and I think exceeded all of our wildest dreams for sure.
No question, absolutely. Absolutely.
Old MacDonald had a deformed farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had an attention deficit disorder dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a woof woof here and a woof woof there, here a woof there, squirrel!
And there will be more barbershop action on the news tomorrow night. Environment Southland councillors have voted to adopt the Regulatory Authority's annual report at their last meeting ahead of the coming election. The report explains progress on the projects and programs committed to within the long-term plan 2012 to 2022. Significant emphasis has been given to addressing water quality issues and Southlanders' concerns about them. Working efficiently to maximise ratepayer dollars has also been a key focus for Environment Southland, with significant emphasis on shared services with other Southland councils. Chief Executive Rob Phillips says Environment Southland is in a strong financial position and reports an operating surplus of $143,855 compared to a budgeted deficit of $1.685 million. A new dog park for Invercargill is underway and the new facility is expected to be open for canine use by the end of November. The 2-acre dog park on the Ellis Road town belt was approved by Invercargill City Council in May this year. Posts and hurricane fencing is now in place and the park's 2 entrances off Ness and Crinan Streets lead to separate fenced areas for small and large dogs to roam. Sheltered seating in both parks, doggy-do bins and drinking water will also be provided. Invercargill Parks Division will maintain the site while the South Alive Group will keep the area litter-free. And that's it from us this Thursday. Sports is along next from the news team. Good night.